Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Shazia. You may know me as Brown Girl Does Makeup. Thank you for clicking on my video. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the content. So in the series of doing my collection videos, these are my bronzers and contour powders that I have. I was contemplating whether I should put my face palettes in it, but I have a few and I don't want these videos to come out too long, should I say. So I want them to be quite short and sweet. I'm just doing them all separately. So yeah, so these are all my contour and bronzing powders, and I have only one, I think this one, which is one that will go kind of like in storage, and this is my Fenty Beauty Sun Soaker powder in Islanding, and this one was in my Empties. Was it April to December Empties? I had it in from last year. I finished it at some point last year. Focus. Yeah, I finished it at some point last year, and I had a backup, but I'm not going to open it because I have all of these. So put that there. So let's do these two. So this is the Kevyn Aucoin Neo Bronzer in Dusk Medium, and I love this bronzer. This is like my go-to bronzer. It is a little bit warm, but it's not too warm that it makes me look orange, but it is my go-to bronzer. It's got a little sheen, a bit of sheen, so it makes you look healthy and glowy. Even though I'm oily skinned, I still enjoy that, but it's beautiful. And I also use this like as eye contour. So when I can't be bothered to get an eyeshadow palette out, I will kind of go in a little bit into the darker side to deepen up like the outer corners of my eyes, and then I'll go into the lighter side and just blend all over, and it works really well. It's like a all-in-one kind of thing, and I love this. If this finishes, I'm definitely buying a new one because I thoroughly enjoy this. And the contour powder, the sculpting powder, should I say, in medium, is one of the best sculpting powders I've ever used. It's small, and I've had this for like, I would say about 2.5 years, and I haven't even touched pan on it because I only use a really small amount just on specific areas of my face. If I'm wearing contact lenses and not my glasses, I'd put a little bit on my nose, a little bit sort of to contour around my mouth, a tiny bit on my chin, and that's all you need, like chin and jawline area. And honestly, that's all you really need, and it's lasted me so long, and it's still going strong, and it's such a good powder. I highly recommend this. I know it's quite pricey, but if you want an actual sort of like shadow, it's a really good one. Really good one. I love these products. If these finish, I would definitely repurchase both of these. I do like Kevyn Aucoin, from Kevyn Aucoin, and it's made me want to try more stuff from them. So classic cooler bronzer. This is actually quite a good color for me. As you can see, I've used it quite a lot. And I should really just focus on trying to finish this up really. I've got another one in a face palette, which will come up in my face palette videos, but I do really enjoy this, and it does work for me. Like I don't think I need to go darker shade. My baby's crying in the background, if you can hear her. She's not crying, I mean she's shouting. She's just having fun. So we've got the Sleek Face Contour Kit. This has a pressed powder and highlighter in it, and this one's in medium. So this is another good contour powder, but it's a little bit deep, so you have to go really lightly in. I'm not a huge fan of the highlighting powder, to be honest. It is just a highlighter, but it's not that nice highlight that I like. You know, it is subtle, so maybe I could get away with it on more subtle days that I'm using. But the contouring powder is a really nice shade, but it's a little bit too warm for what I would prefer as a contour. Maybe I could try getting away with using it as a bronzer, to be honest, but I never thought about that, and maybe I should try that. But yeah, it's really good apart from the shade match. So this is the Lancome Le French Glow in warm too. So this has recently been on my channel. I tried it on when I tried on the Natasha Denona cheek palette. I was just like taking ages to think about it. It was really nice, but like I mentioned in the video, you need to try and pick up evenly all the powders if you're going to swirl it all together, because I noticed some parts were darker than others, or other areas in my face, because I wasn't picking up the powders evenly. But I think when I go in, I'm gonna have to go in and then tap some off and then go in again and try and even it all out. But it's really nice bronzing powder. And then we got the Anastasia Beverly Hills contouring kit in Tan to Deep. I don't really see this often, anymore. I see the light to medium one. I do really enjoy this. I used to use it all the time. I use it, I think I need to pull this out more, but because it's with my eyeshadows, because the palette doesn't fit in my drawer, I can kind of forget about it, which is really sad. This is why I was saying in my last video, I need a better way to store my makeup and have access to it, because if these larger palettes are put into my eyeshadow palette area, I kind of forget about it. So here's another one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is supposed to be the bronzing powder in Rich Amber. I feel this is way too dark for me. I bought this online. I bought it online, and when I put it on my face, it comes out quite dark, but swatched on my hand, it seems to blend into my hand perfectly fine. How embarrassing is that? But it is a little bit dark. I don't know if you can see it there. That's what's left on my finger. So it's kind of a bit too cool for bronzer, so I feel like I can try and give that a go as a contouring powder instead. But it's a huge contour powder, and I don't really contour that much. Like, I do a little bit around my jawline. So this is my Fenty Matchsticks in Mocha. This is really good shade for me. You can see how much I've used quite a lot of it, and I do really enjoy this. I would definitely look to buy it again when I finish it up, because I do really enjoy this. I know these matchsticks didn't have the best reviews, but I personally really do like. So now we got the Wet n Wild contouring palette contour. Yes, that's great words. So I used to use this all the time. As you can see, I've hit pan on it as well, but I feel like it's slightly warmer than I would like. So this is the Becca bronzer. Can't get it anymore, but I feel like this is a bit too shimmery for me. I do like a tiny bit of like shimmer in my bronzer, but it's also a bit too dark, as you can see. It's like, and it's very warm, very warm. So this is more of a summertime bronzer. I have used this in the winter to try and kind of see what it looks like if I needed a bit more sun on my face. And it does look really nice, but it's just too deep and too warm. So I got the Huda Beauty Tantour in medium. You guys see me use this on my channel when I did my Huda Beauty palette review for, what was it called, Empowered. And I do really enjoy this. I like it as a bronzer and contour. Got a bit of a dip in it. I should really get it out and use it more often. I should really get everything out and use it more often, but you know. Then we've got the e.l.f. Putty bronzer. This is in Bronze Bell, so that's what it looks like, and I have used this in one of my videos. I can't remember which one, but I do really enjoy this. I really like this bronzer as well, because it's not too in your face, and when you powder it down, it looks really pretty on the skin. This is the Laguna bronzer from NARS. I don't think this is the correct shade for me. I think I should have gone something slightly deeper, because you can barely see it on the skin, and it's a bit too like glowy for me, because my skin gets really oily, and I like my bronzer to be slightly more matte. I should have gone for the matte one. Maybe in time I'll buy the matte one instead and see how that works out. We got the Too Faced dark chocolate bronzer, and this one again is slightly too deep, so it's a bit too warm like that. It's very orangey, and that's one thing I hate about it. It's too orangey and it's slightly too deep. If I went in again, it goes really dark and too orangey for me. I wish it was more neutral. It would have been perfect, but I still use it. I just use it with a very light hand. And then we got the Sigma bronzer that I saw in my video. I'll link the video up here where I reviewed these, well, did a first impression. And this is a matte bronzer in dark, and this is a great shade. I really enjoyed the Sigma products that I tried out. They were all perfect for what I'm looking for, to be honest. And the longevity was great, because I've worn them quite a few times since then, and between filming that video and this video, and I just really like them. They feel really nice applied. They're obviously powder, so they get a bit dusty, but the bronzer's really lovely. It's a good shade, everything. Let's do the Charlotte Tilbury one. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush bronzer. This is in medium, but I also bought the tan. The medium was too dark, but this is just a refill. I didn't buy a new compact because I thought I could swap them out. So this I use in the winter when skin's a lot lighter, and in the summer I reach for the tan. I'll show you the refill. Refill just comes like this, which is annoying, but it is what it is. And this is the tan, so I use that in the winter. The light one is actually quite good to use setting cream my cream elf because it's a good shade to set with, or the Fenty. So I do really enjoy the Charlotte Tilbury ones. And this is the, well, used to be Kat Von D light and shade and light contouring palette. Everyone and their mothers had one of these, and I still have mine in its packaging for some reason. I can't come to terms with like chucking away certain packaging and stuff, but I used to use this all the time as well. Go-to shades were kind of like these two shades, depending on what I was doing when I was heavily contouring my face many moons ago, but now I don't. So now I lightly contour my face, but I still enjoy using these. I do really like this. I think in the future I won't be going for like palettes like this and my Anastasia Beverly Hills one and stuff. I'd rather just get like individual little ones that I can have specific colors for me, like the Kevyn Aucoin. And then we got the Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour palette. Now this is surprising, like I know people hate on Revolution and stuff, but I actually really enjoy this. Like these shades were really good shades, this one and this one. I tend to mix them a little bit to get an even shade, and then the highlighting shades were quite nice. This banana shade is decent. I didn't really touch these two though. I use these and I thought as long as I use all these up, it's fine. And this is actually my second palette. I had one before and I used it all up, and this is my second one, and they're quite good for the price. So that's all my contouring and bronzing powders. So altogether I have 20 contouring bronzing products, and this is the only one that I have that's like a backup, although I don't have the original because I finished it up. But yeah, so this is the one that's going to go in the box, and the rest should fit into my drawer with the exception of the KVD and the Anastasia palettes. They will go in where my eyeshadows are. So I'm just going to pop them in the drawer. So this is going to be a bit annoying because I have to try and hold these up whilst I pop these in. So as you can see, everything's kind of like in its section, but I still have some highlighters I need to put, but I ran out of space in the highlighters, so I'm just going to do that now and try and fit them in. So the drawer is actually still quite messy, and I still have like my face palettes to put in here, and I'm struggling to see where I'm going to put them because it's like overflowing a little bit. I've got a little space here that I could potentially put something there, especially the main blush palettes that I have, the two Pat McGrath ones, but it's kind of overflowing a little bit and I really need to figure out to make it nicer. If anyone could actually recommend me like someone who has videos on this, that would be great. I like it to be organized. I don't like to be messy, but I need to try and figure out a way to organize it without spending a lot of money on new like storage systems and stuff, because I don't really have that at the moment. But yeah, I'm just gonna get the box to pop the highlighter in, and then I'll be doing the next video. So I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll be putting affiliate links down below. Sorry I didn't mention that in the last video, but I do have some affiliate links in my description box, so if you do use them, please feel free to. I do get a small commission, however you don't have to use them if you don't want to. Yeah, and I hope you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye.